Anissa, you talked about it pregame, this matchup between these two teams already.
Yep.
Bringing up the level of physicality.
I know, it's about winning tonight. Who could attack the basket? You see he's attacking there, but who can also rebound and who can push the ball?
Scotty Barnes remains on the other baseline. They're taking what looks like a knee. Tatum with the two-handed slam. Oh. He's like, what? That's just what I do now.
Dunks on dunks on dunks for Nimi.
His development, Ashley, has been incredible. As Jacoby Walter fires one. Walter has been red hot on that road trip. Can't get that one to go. But RJ Barrett deals with a little bit of right shoulder issues. Gets the pass into Jakob Poeltl over Jason Tatum. Celtics up early here, 4-2, but that was the first field goal for the Toronto Raptors.
And talking a little bit more about Nimi, he was really put in a position where he had to do well. There wasn't as many bigs, post players on the team as there were in previous years, and he had to do exactly what he just did right there.
And again, Matt, if you're the Raptors, you have to be intentional. You have to attack the paint. You see the Celtics continue to attack the paint themselves.
Hauser with an up fake and a rare shot from him that's not a three and a foul. And
so when you go in there, you know there's going to be some physical activity.
Raptors down 4 early. Queta going to work. It has been Queta on the receiving end.
But it's that pick and roll action. The Raptors have to find a solution to guarding the pick and roll. How are you going to defend this pick and roll so Queta cannot continue to eat?
Queta has 6 of their 8 in a turnover, not to start the Raptors. Wanted here on this Easter Sunday in an early timeout. Darko Rayak.
They want to know that their chemistry is where it needs to be. Pulling out a win would be a huge confidence boost, but they've got some work to do, guys.
That's some great work right there. Barnes finding Jakob Poeltl on the inside. Raptors currently 6th in the Eastern Conference. Boston 2nd. Their magic number to secure the 2nd spot. Tatum with the...
And Matt, you see the difference in that 3. Again, 2 plays in a row. Scotty posting up, getting into the paint. One he drops to Poeltl. The other one he drops to Walter for a 3. Inside out. Great job by Walter again. Get him on the floor for the loose ball. Start on that defensive end.
Raptors control it. Scotty gets it to RJ, James Williams, Nick Booker, Shea Flores are 3 officials as B.I. attacks and gets...
I'm living in my way. You know, I was a big Public Enemy fan growing up. So, hey, shout out to Flavor Flav up in the building. Shout out to that move by B.I.
8-2 run by the Raptors since a timeout by Darko Rajakovic. Raptors have responded. Queta up top. Here's Tatum. Looking for Queta, and Scotty Barnes nearly stole it away. By Scotty. Raptors on the run. RJ the layup.
Again, you see the Raptors forcing the turnovers, getting down in fast break brand, Raptor-style basketball. Listening to RJ Barrett after the Memphis game, the interview, he said if they play Raptor-style basketball, they can beat anybody.
10-2 run. Queta trying to work on Jakob. He's doubled in the post. Scotty getting a piece of it. Here's a kick out from Queta to Tatum.
How about that poise, sidestepping Jacoby Walter, and then nailing a 3 in Scotty's face. So Tatum is back.
Over the last 4 games, shooting at a higher percentage as Scotty's 3 doesn't go. Raptors have been successful getting to the inside.
You have to continue it. Don't get bored with the process.
White attacking, spins around, doesn't go. Queta able to come away with the rebound with 3 Raptors around him. And after the 10-2 run by the Raptors, it's a 5-0 dart by the Celtics. RJ 3.
RJ to continue to attack. That's his strength.
Brown getting to the bucket, weaving his way through in a 7-0 run.
He gets better and better. That move right there was spectacular. Just a subtle change of direction, change of pace, finishing with the left hand.
Jacoby rises up and delivers.
And again, that's a 3-pointer, Matt. Getting in paint, get 2 feet in the paint, collapse the defense. Although that was a contested shot, it's still more of a rhythm shot.
Scotty commits the foul with 5-8.
Past 2 games, this Celtics team, their first quarters have been explosive. 53 points in the first quarter against the Miami Heat, and then 43 points against the Milwaukee Bucks.
280 points over their last 2 games. Baylor Shireman stretches it out and makes the three. Celtics are 10 for 13. They've only taken 3 shots outside the arc. And this is a team that utilizes the
three-pointer attempt. So they have a nice balance compared to last year.
Where
contrast where they were just firing them things up there.
Here's Ingram with the 3 that doesn't go. Raptors, one of the lowest three-point usages in the NBA, but here today, 8 of their 15 from beyond the arc. Jordan Walsh from the corner doesn't go. Raptors out in transition. Celtics getting back, and RJ Barrett colliding with the camera operator. He will check in after the first free throw. Fresh Strategies are brought to you by Old Spice.
To the free throw line, doing so right in that last possession. And then again, that's Raptors basketball. You must play it. This is a perfect time to test who you are, where you are, because this is the high-level games and high-level competition you want to play, be a part of. So Raptors play their style of game and see if it's good enough.
Nikola Vucevic, acquired from the Chicago Bulls, his first game since March the 6th. He's been out the last 14. Long rebound for Brown off of his own miss. Doesn't go, batted out by Barrett. Ingram looks ahead to Shed. Celtics get back in transition, and it's Peyton Pritchard on the scene. Pritchard always seems to be around everything positive for the Celtics, at least.
I'll tell you this, Matt, the referees are not calling much. We talked about the Memphis game where they were calling everything early on. This is a very physical game, Sunday afternoon.
It's going to be a turnover. Celtics haven't attempted. It was a lengthy one with the whistle.
It was. I was a little tired. I could not tell a story. I was a little tired. Tired of the whistle and tired physically.
Shed with the runner. And Shed is fouled.
Floater and missed, but he was right there for the rebound.
Shed with 11 assists. Jose Calderon, 3rd on the list.
And don't forget my boy Milt Palacio was on that list. Milt Palacio came in as the backup, ended up taking my spot halfway through the season.
That's why you're not on the list. Otherwise, you would be on the list. You were a starter. Vucevic.
Sometimes.
Colin Murray Boyles. Mamukelishvili to Colin Murray Boyles. And Murray Boyles gets to the inside.
Candidates at times. You talk about a champion, and he's back.
Shot doesn't go. A.J. Lawson with it. Barnes ahead now. Shed. Colin Murray Boyles cut off, sends it to Mamukelishvili. Shed the open 3 from the corner. And he gets a soft roll with the rim, and it's a 9-0 run in the Raptors' first lead. 5 turnovers by Boston, leading to 7 points. Certainly a key. Raptors getting on the glass with Scotty Barnes back out on the floor. Barnes attacking Tatum. Gives it short corner to Colin Murray Boyles.
And I like to see that Scotty Barnes is back in the game in this first quarter. Took an early break, looked like he was a little winded. Got himself back together. Now he's going to finish this quarter out.
Vucevic sets the screen and rolls. Here's Pritchard, deep 3. Off the mark. Long rebound. Shireman able to save it. Tatum under 10 of the shot clock. Gets in the paint. On a kick out. Shireman attacking. Runner. Good. Tied at 24.
And you're starting to see the fill and replace. You see Jason Tatum that time penetrate from the right wing. Shireman comes right from behind the space where he left. Was wide open for another penetration bucket.
Scooped up by Pritchard off of the Barnes miss.
These guys, the Celtics teams, they're really on a good page. They have the chemistry. They understand where they need to be at all times for one another.
Scotty, the closeout, and now a foul is going to be charged to Barnes. That's the head athletic trainer speaking to Scotty. Tatum. Shot clock down. Tatum over Lawson. Shot doesn't go. Tatum 2 for 4 from the field. Colin Murray Boyles to A.J. Lawson, the corner 3.
And you know what's interesting, I would love to see, I haven't seen many teams do it since Jason Tatum's return. I want to see people attack him on the defensive end. Make sure offensively when you're coming back from an injury, especially a tough injury, as you see a tough shot by Pritchard. Offensively, you get to move at your own pace. Defensively, you have to react and respond. Your instincts have to kick in. If I'm the Raptors, I'm going to try to attack him every chance I get. Nice back cut.
Back cut by Jacoby with points. Tatum on a kick out. Vucevic at the end of the clock. Murray Boyles flips it to Barrett. RJ in a reach in. And a turnover. And a three. And a technical on RJ Barrett.
Leads to a three-point made, and then it leads to a technical foul. That's a 4-point play. And you never know how you're going to respond after that. Now you're down 2 after being up 2. So, again, RJ Barrett, you can be upset and everything. You have the right to be upset, but you got to keep your emotions intact.
2-point lead for the Celtics after that. Here's Mamu the three. Swish. Mamu 38% from 3 over the last 3 games, shooting 54% from downtown. Raptors lead by 1. And great activity by Scotty. Raptors 4 on 3. Mamu up fake, gets by Hauser on the inside and knocked away. Last touch by White. It'll be Raptors.
And is transferring into this game as well.
Turning, firing, good. Jacoby Walter. He's made 47 threes since the All-Star break. White over to Tatum. Back to Derek White with a hand in the face. Good defense by RJ Barrett. Lead pass. RJ catches it. RJ, the layup doesn't go. Raptors by 4. They've outscored Boston 8-4 here in the second quarter. Hauser. Raptors defensive intensity has been there since that early timeout by Darko Rajakovic, and they're getting to the glass.
They are getting to the glass, but that possession, I do not like those switches with big smalls because that's going to give those three-point opportunities.
Murray Boyles off of the bench with a bucket and an 8-0 run, and the Raptors' largest lead.
Now let's keep our eye. They're switching. And yes, CMB has the man game. We watched them execute it nicely in the past few games, but they're really connecting nicely that two-man game, that pick-and-roll action.
Shed with Barrett, Walter, Murray Boyles, and Mamukelashvili. Shed batted out, controlled by White. Raptors doing a good job defensively. Brown. Walter doesn't bite. Shed comes over to help.
Great
Hauser
defense.
Chased off the line. Shireman. Shot clock at 4. Shireman turns and fires. Shot doesn't go. Long rebound. Keita. And here's a 3. Scramble mode. Doesn't go. White with it. White attacking. 4th opportunity. Keita cleans up.
Great defense all up until the offensive rebounding. Only way to complete the defensive possession is to get a defensive rebound. This is where the Celtics excel. Second chance opportunity points.
+8 on the glass. CMB in traffic. Shireman with it. Walter nearly came away with the steal. Hauser deep 3 and again an offensive rebound. Brown. Keita. No. Mamukelashvili with it. Tough pass, but through the left hand of Keita. It's going to be Raptors basketball.
He came in and provided that energy and that spark, which got them this lead right now.
White now closing out on Walter. Side pick and roll action. In and out.
I still like the action. Still curling, coming downhill, moving without the basketball.
Brown. 4-point game.
So poised when he's in the midst of confusion. It seemed like he's getting in the paint where there's so much traffic. He still has his concentration.
Plays at his pace. Does Brown. Here's Ingram, and he's fouled by Hauser. Ingram in 2 games against the Celtics this season, averaging 27. Shed. And an offensive foul. 1 for 5 from the field. Brown with Shireman, Keita, White, and Hauser. Barnes, Shed, Pirtle, Walter, and Ingram. Shireman. And that spills out as Scotty B is able to handle it. Raptors, it's been over 3 minutes since they scored. B.I. gives it up, as a double came to him in the air. Barnes backing in, spins, and a foul is going to be charged to Shireman, but R.J. Barrett checks in. Tatum, Hauser. Raptors connected defensively. Brown, the bucket. That's their first bucket in 2 minutes. Scotty attacking Queta. Handles it. And his first field goal.
And that's the key. B.I. and Scotty, they have to continue to be aggressive. And the Raptors, they got to show Jaylen Brown bodies. He's too strong one-on-one to maintain at the basket. You got to show him bodies. Make him a facilitator if you can.
Tatum working with Queta. Queta on the roll with Jakob stepping up like that. You got to have rotation on the backside.
You definitely do. But that was a heck of a pass by Jason Tatum, finding his teammate, cutting to the basket.
Tatum's been their top scorer as R.J. gets the bucket. Raptors shooting 40%. Celtics just 42%. Playoff intensity here. And Tatum's going to head to the free throw line. With 2:58 left in Game 4, the Knicks and Celtics series, and New York went on to win that second round Eastern Conference semifinal matchup. Ingram. Scotty, open look from the corner, in and out.
Good action right there. B.I. getting into the paint, finding Scotty in the corner.
Brown, double, White, drills it.
And just slow getting out. R.J. did a good job of collapsing down, not allowing that pick and roll or interior pass, but somebody has to go out if R.J. can't get back in that corner. That's Derek White. We know he can make that three ball at a high rate.
Celtics 4 for 17 from 3 as Barnes on the take.
I love the take. I love attacking the closeout, finding the gap.
White, pardon me, Brown on the inside. Scotty drive and kick. R.J. Brown now with 10 points. Scotty, the bucket. He's got 6.
You see Scotty more and more aggressive.
Barnes with the tough matchup against Jaylen Brown. Tatum up top, guarded by R.J. Queta trying to work against Murray Boyles with a clock down and the hook. He's got 16.
And that's just showing his improvement. But I'd rather that the early pass to the pick and roll and make him make a play rather than the pick and roll where all he has to do is finish at the rim.
Open look for Ingram and he misses. 1 for 7 from the field. Raptors down by 3. Shed cuts off White up top to Tatum. Tatum deep 3. Got it.
That's when you can't fall asleep. That is Jason Tatum. You might not have seen him all season, but you can't give him any airspace because he will let it go.
22-8 run. Murray Boyles to the cutting R.J. Raptors have had looks.
And they definitely had looks, and got to continue. Got to plug away. That was a great pass, great catch. I don't think R.J. was expecting that pass.
It's a great dish. Here's Brown redirecting in the paint, operating.
He just does a nice job of decelerating, get to that paint, stays on that one leg, and he plays with so much strength.
3-second difference, game clock, shot clock. Scotty with Queta on him. Shot doesn't go. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, Tatum, and a foul is called. Tatum picks up his third, and the first half comes to a close.